Coach, I asked Makai about the messaging coming out of Maine because I know you'd mentioned the energy early on in that game, but just what was kind of the messaging to the team this week coming out of that, and how'd you see them apply it in the first half of this one?
I mean, the biggest message to the guys was how important it was to just know that we got enough, in the locker room. I know we've been faced with a lot of disappointment with guys being out, very important players and stuff like that. And emotionally and mentally, we can say what we want to say. Young guys may be affected by that, but emotionally and mentally. But we just talked about, hey, use what we got. It ain't going to change anytime soon until we hear different. And so we got to go out and try to play BC basketball the way that we know we practice and the way we talk about our standards and playing hard and rebounding and defending and then sharing the ball on offense. But not only sharing the ball on offense, but like taking good shots. You can't be a good defensive team if you're taking bad shots and turning the ball over. So we just talked about it for 2 days. The guys had a good approach and a good mental, had a good mindset in the practices in the last couple of days. And it just came out of there and just executed and played hard.
Yeah, specifically about the shot selection because you guys only attempted 7 3-pointers the whole game. So what was it that kind of opened the door for you just to keep attacking the basket?
The biggest thing was, we just wanted to play in the paint. So we posted the ball a lot and we went after their really good big guy, Adoro. We knew he was very effective and very important. So we tried to post him some. And we just emphasized, driving the ball, playing off 2 feet. And if you can get to the rim, take it. If not, kick it, and then let that next guy drive it. So we just had a high level focus on playing in the paint and not settling for early shots from the perimeter. And I just think we did a good job. We kept them on. We kept them on defense for a while. We talked about the analogy of good football teams. It's hard to be a good football team if you can't run the ball. And so, getting to the paint is like running the ball. And so, we did a great job of that.
Holding George Mason to just 21 points. What was your decision making on defense that allowed you guys to have such a dominant performance in the first half?
I think the biggest thing was two things. Number one, we played a lot. We played a lot of guys. We played everybody. Everybody was available. So we were fresh and we were energetic. That was number one. But then number two, we didn't change anything defensively. We just executed better. We just were more in the gaps. We were better in our ball screen coverages. When two guys were stopping the ball, the other three guys were all in the paint, making sure they couldn't get no layups on the roll. So really, we didn't change anything schematically. The only thing we did was we executed the scheme better. And so it was good to see that growth from the guys just in 3 or 4 days.
Coach, specifically about Makai, I know you've only been with him for a year plus, but just how's he continued to develop? I think he wound up with 17 points again tonight, and just how's he kind of morphed into what you'd hope for out of a veteran leader?
I mean, he's been steady from day one since I met him. Just been steady, everyday guy. Always got the same energy, always got the same, spirit. He's not a chameleon. He's just the same every day. And take on the personality of what we want our team to be. Just really tough, really, keep coming. He's a guy that throws his body around, very unselfish. And so it's been a pleasure to coach him. I'm glad I got him. I thought I would have him for 1 year, but I'm glad I have him this year as well.
And just last for me is Tarleton State or Tarleton. I'll be honest, I heard of it until this event. But what do you know about them? I'm going to assume that they're a transition.
I've been knowing about them for about 10 years. They were Division II transfer to D1. Billy Clyde Gillespie. His teams played tough. When I was at Winthrop, we played his teams when he was at Texas A&M. They play hard, they play tough, they try to defend. So it's an unbelievable challenge.